What's up, guys? What am I doing? I'm taking apart this 2016 F6B. I'm going to just be talking, but you're going to be hearing a lot of sounds. You're going to see the stuff getting ripped apart because I'm taking this to get powder coated. And as I'm taking it apart, I'm figuring out how I want to put the colors. And I'm going to be doing this. So if you're interested in watching this video, please hang tight and let's go. We're going to pull this to the part out. Save that. It's going to take a rag and wipe this off, even though this is going to get sandblasted and all that. I like to clean off the extra goo. All right, this is a 6mm head, okay? Keep in mind, there are definitely some difference in sizes. So the front is longer than the rear. The one to the rear of the bike, actually. If I'm sitting on the bike, the one to the further outside is longer than the one that's closer to me. So if you could see the differences, hold on. Can you see the difference? Okay. So the longer ones go to the front. What I'm gonna do is gonna put the longer ones back in a spot. And you also have some spacers, longer to the rear. I'm just gonna screw that back in its spot. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna screw that back in the spot because I'm gonna take these and I'm going to powder coat those as well. So let's not worry about that anymore. All the nuts that I take off, the bolt heads, those are gonna get powder coated. This also has a 6mm head, so there's a bolt right there, and there's also one right there. The one to the front, the one in the front is longer than the one in the rear. Now, quick note, if you're gonna powder coat your stuff, right? You can't powder coat plastic, okay? Anything that's plastic will melt. This is not metal, this is plastic. This is like a heavy plastic. So this is an 8mm socket. I'm gonna take this apart. Now keep in mind, I'm new to this motorcycle, so I have to be mindful of what I'm taking apart. I've never taken apart a 2016 F6B before. However, it shouldn't be too hard. Now this is the release bracket for your saddlebag. So take that off and I want to see how it's put together. What's holding it together? Okay, there's a spring that's holding this together, and what else is connected? That's pretty much it. So it's just a spring. There's a spring right here, okay? And a spacer that was in this spot. It was being held only up in this area. That's all it is. So this part we know we're not gonna powder coat that at all. So let's keep it moving. Remember, the shorter one is to the rear, the longer one is to the front. We have that piece right here. It's an 8mm bolt. We're gonna remove that. Remember, that's what, and it's marked right, so you know which one is left or right, so you don't get confused with it. So we're gonna take this off slower, so we can see how this is put together. All right. So there's a little socket. There's a little hole where the spring goes in. That spring, the tip of the spring, is gonna fit inside that hole. Okay. So on this side, the spring is gonna hook inside this little hole right here, and then it's gonna hook in the little hole right here. I know it's hard to see. However, when I pick it up, when I take it out, we want to get this out from that hole. So I'm gonna use my screwdriver so it doesn't spring out like the first time, and see it's under a little tension, and we're gonna spring that up from the hole. And that's pretty much how it's situated. What I was aiming to do was look to see which way it goes in. So this piece, this little spacer, goes inside like that, and then it rests inside the space. Okay, so you want to take that spring is what loads it, and then when you use that spacer to drop it back in its spot. All right, so that's how we're going to get that going when we put it back together. All right, let's get the lift up. Here we go. Let's keep it moving. Now, I'm not sure what color I want to powder coat this, but I do know it's going to get colored. But we're going to remove that. Now, what is this? Is this a 6mm? Yep, that's a 6mm. Let me get an extension on it. So I'm designing the bike as I'm taking it apart, right? I'm looking at the colors, figuring out what color I really want, what color I really like, and then I'm going to take it from there. Now, all the bolts, I already know what color that's going to be, so I'm putting all the bolts in that location. And I'm not sure if I'm going to change out this as yet, but knowing me, I will. So we're going to take that off anyway, because we have to. So there's a cotter pin that's right here. And cotter pins they're normally folded, you bend them, right? So I'm going to try to see if I could take this and save this one. If not, then it's okay. I have other cotter pins. If you can't get it, then you can just break it off. But I'm trying my best to see if I can take it and pull it. My eyes is not able to really see. Use a screwdriver. I just want to get it out a bit, just enough for me to straighten it out. There we go. I'm gonna try to get this needle nose plier. Just want to get it straightened enough that I could pull it out. If I can save it, I'll be happy. Let's see what we got. There we go. Good. Got the cotter pin. Got this out. And then there's a washer that goes there. So what we're going to do now is pull this up. But always look to see how the spring on these things are situated. There's a spring that goes in this little hole. And and it hooks on this. So I'll show you what I mean when I take it off, right? So we're gonna take this out. The spring automatically releases and you pull this out. This part goes into the hole like that. And it goes over this little hook. So I'm gonna put this back in as a space holder. That way I know I'm not gonna lose that, all right? I wanna powder coat this whole thing here as well. There's some covers here. You take a little sharp edge and you pull this out. These are just little covers that covers the bolt. So once we get these out, I'm just gonna pry them out. each one. And then we're going to take our machine and get this out. Now, if you don't know what this is highway peg, in and out. Today we're just taking this stuff apart, showing you how I prepare my bikes to get powder coated. So far, all of these bolts are the same, but these are just wider in diameter. All right, there we go. All right, this is coming off as well because we want to powder coat this too. All right, so we're taking that off. Okay, this one much longer, and there's some little stuff inside. I'm gonna clear those out. Remember, this is the valve cover. So you look at the difference in the length of the screw, okay, of these bolts. All right, we're doing good, not bad. What else we got? If you don't know, these are your spark plugs. Okay, those are your spark plug wires. Guys, first time working on this bike. It's a new bike for me. So we are working on this together. So these are the same size as those bolts. And they're not torqued down really, they're not torqued down heavy. But these are getting powder coated. All these bolts are getting powder coated as well. Okay, so we're gonna take the 8mm socket and we're going to take this off. Correct, definitely 8mm. This is gonna give me a good chance to clean up this bike as well. Now there's a gasket, a rubber gasket that goes right here. It's a reusable gasket. So just make sure you take care of the gasket, and anytime you get motor parts, you want to take something to cover this whole area, okay? So I'm going to clean up this grime and gunk and stuff like that, but I'm going to make sure that this gasket is also put away in a safe spot. All of this right here, you have 1, 2, 3 spark plugs, and of course, you have another 3 on the other side because this is a 6-cylinder motorcycle. That's 6 mil. All right, this is not plastic, so this can definitely get powder coated. I'm happy about that. These are bolts, so you can see what those bolts look like. That's getting powder coated. All the bolts that I'm taking out, pretty much, is getting powder coated. The rear passenger peg, remember we have that little cotter pin that we're gonna work on getting loose. All right, so you guys remember how I did that, right? So I'm doing the same thing on this side and aiming to get it as straight as possible. And then we're gonna pull it out. And if I could reuse it, I'm happy. Got it out. Perfect. So now this pushes back out. There's a D-ring in here, not a spring. That's what makes it snap back in place. Pull this out. And there's a little ball. It's a little ball. Don't lose that ball. That ball goes right here, and this ring goes on it. Press it in the ball. So I'll put it in my magnet tray. We're gonna get this off because that has to get powder coated. We can't get the other one powder coated, and this don't get powder coated, right? So what size is that? That is it's an 8mm socket. Okay, both of them, same exact length, no difference in size. Now, any bolt that I'm seeing on this side that I can get, I'm going to take out, right? Because I want to powder coat everything to match, right? So even these bolts are going to come out too. I'm working on one side of the bike first, then I'll go to the other side. So this is a 5 mil. This is a plastic cover that is not powder coatable. Is that a word? Okay, these are all the same exact length. 3 screws right there. And this is the bag that I'm putting all the bolts in because they're going to be the same color. What I am going to check though is if I can change this. This is a clip. It clips in. But I'm going to find out if I can get this a different color. I don't like chrome. I just don't like chrome. And I'm going to put this away with all the other parts that I'm going to be reusing. Plastic cover as well. They're the same size of what we just took out. Nice, okay? Now this could stay. I'm not taking that off. I don't have to. All right, I'm on the right side of the bike now. So we're gonna take this off. Let's put this in speed mode because you guys already saw how I took this off, right? So let's get this off. All right, this is a 6 millimeter. We're gonna take this off, but we're gonna also get rid of this hideous brake, rear brake lever as well. That thing is just, I don't like it. This one feels a little tricky. Let's fix that. Man, they got this one real tight. But we got it off though. Okay, that's off. That goes in the bag. This piece goes in the box. Now, we're gonna take this off. 12 mil. Here we go. This is a pinch bolt right here. And that's what keeps this together. So if you wanna make adjustments, like say you wanna make this higher, you wanna make it lower, this will give you the opportunity to make those adjustments. This is going to get powder coated and this will come right off. There we go. So look, you can make it it's whatever whatever floats your boat, baby. All right, we got that off. Let's keep it moving. Okay, we're going to pull these out like we did on the other side. Now, whenever you're using a power tool, make sure you have this thing seated all the way in. That way you don't strip anything. Very important that you do that. These are gonna go in the bag. All of this get is going to get the same color. So there's no confusion there. When you categorize everything, it just works out for the best. Bag. All right, let's get these screws in the bottom. All of them are 6 millimeter. Now, being that I have this off, I'm just gonna go ahead and change out the spark plugs, and I'm gonna find what's the gap for this, and then just take it from there. Put new spark plugs in while this is out, because this is a 2016. I don't know when this person who had this bike was the last time they actually changed out those plugs. This is holding the lines, the cables together, and that should give me some free space. There we go. So I'm gonna take off this highway peg. So I'm gonna keep this the color it is. I don't need to change the color in this. I'm just gonna shine this up. I'm gonna leave that black. That'll be a good contrast. These would not go in the bag because these screws, they are not important. That's not gonna work. There we go. This is gonna just go to the side. I'm gonna put these bolts right back inside. And it looks like you could adjust. That's good to know. This has different positions where you can put this closer or further out. That's good to know. There we go. Nicely done. All right, so here's a note, right? Inside each one of these, you have some inserts that's going to have to come out because they are rubber, okay? So I should be able to use my hands or a flathead screwdriver to pry them out. Anytime you're taking things to prep for powder coat, you have to look at the parts and get rid of all the rubber because these areas will get messed up. Take the time to just do it the right way. Now this is a grommet, so I'm gonna have to power this out. I might use WD-40 just so I don't have to. This is a lot of years of bike, so let's get some WD-40. Let that saturate just a bit. Not gonna use a whole lot, but that should give me some room to be able to push this out. There we go. Okay, got that out. Got that out. The WD-40 just make it a little bit more slipperier. Okay. There's one more right here. I'm gonna get that out the way too. A little bit of WD-40, just to avoid this from cracking or breaking up. There we go. This one needed WD-40 for real, man. Ooh. If you don't come out now, then WD-40 is gonna have to shut down their company. Here goes the power of the WD-40, baby. There we go. Okay, so all these little metal pieces that I took off, I'm just gonna push those back in each one. That way I'm not losing them. And there's one more on this end for me to take off as well. There we go. I'm just gonna wring this bad boy out a bit. Done. All right, I'm gonna do all the rest of these. All the rest of these is gonna get done. And it is work, but trust me, I decided to sit my butt down for a bit Get a little bit of relaxation on the back as I take my time and pull these out. Now remember, like I told you guys, whenever you're doing work like this, it's about patience. Use your eyes, see what's right, see what's wrong. Take your time when things get a little hard. Just take your time and don't overdo anything. Don't get too mad about it. Just have fun. Remember, you're learning. I'm learning. This is my first bike, my first F6B taken apart like this. This is not the same bike as my other Gold Wing. This is a 2016. It's a completely different bike. But notice how much more fast I'm taking these out now because I already did the other one. You see? So that look, all of that is now done. Put that to the side. I'm gonna put back, these are the metal brackets. These are the metal spacers. Now, this is different. There's some little covers here. And I'm gonna take it out. Let's see the best way to take it out. I'm gonna go from back here, I'm gonna push it out. There we go. These go in this way. The brown portion, the brown part stays facing outwards. The black part stays in, okay? So all I'm doing now is just taking my screwdriver and I'm gonna push those out. I'm not using a lot of force. I don't wanna break anything. I'm just pushing them out. There we go. All right, they're all out. And I'm putting them all into this little magnet box right here. Hold on, I'll show you what I'm talking about if I can get it up. I'm putting all the parts that that's not getting powder coated is going right in here. Plastic. This looks like a clip. You guys see this? So this, it looks like I'm gonna clip it out. I should be able to clip it outwards and push it forward. There we go. And that goes right there. See? Plastic. Nothing else. That's plastic. All right, solid. Let's grab the next one. So we know that there's a plastic clip right here. We'll just take it out right now. Call that a day. And then we're gonna push these out. Just like we did on the other one. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I have another one that came out earlier. So that's solid. So we're not done. Everything is good. Check. You know, this is gonna go in the bag. All exposed bolts will be powder coated. Now there's a little rubber washer that's on this one. And there is a size difference. The one on the top is shorter. The one on the bottom is longer. Okay, I'm gonna put this rubber washer to the side, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Got that off. This comes right off just like that. Okay, it's a good time to take this and get a good cleanup. This cover right here has to come off to gain access to the calipers and everything. So now I have access to everything I need to gain access to, and I do the same thing on the other side. This is an interesting looking system. And the caliper should slide off. There's normally only 2 bolts, but we'll see. All right, perfect. Okay, there we go, good. Now normally you could put this in a bag. You could do whatever you gotta do. Once you get this off, do not press your brake. And the brakes in here looks really good. So I don't need to change those brakes. We're gonna go to the other side and we're going to do the same exact thing. The bolts are the same size. I have to figure out what kind of glue this is that they put on here. And then after that, then we're solid. Okay, this is completely different. I've never seen a setup like this before. And I'm gonna look up what each one of these things are, but from the looks of this, if I had to guess, I'm seeing two things that I'm gonna have to loosen up. That's one right here. Wish me luck. All right, so we got this. I'm gonna loosen this up because this is connected to all of this. And there's one bolt here connected to that. So I'm sure I'm gonna have to remove that too. All right, let's see what we got. This is a very different unit, baby. Never seen this in my life. All right, that just flexes. That just flexes. All right, let's see what we got. That's how we learn, man. This is how we learn. You can only break it once. All right, so this is a T40 Torx. And let's see what this does. Am I gonna break this damn bike? I don't know. I doubt it though. I wonder how much more flexibility this will give me. Oh, that's perfect. I don't gotta take this off. I'll put this bad boy right back on. Oh yeah. This is a very complicated looking caliper. Never seen one of these. Very interesting. Okay, we want to get this nut off. This is a 7/8 that I have that fits this. Fits it very good. Here we go. Then we're going to get the pinch bolt out. And the pinch bolt is what's holding everything together. The pinch bolt, that is going to be, I'll tell you right now, I believe it's a 12 mil. Hang tight. Pinch bolt is 12 millimeter. So we're going to take these out. So these are going to get powder coated as well. So I'm going to take a skinny Phillips or skinny screwdriver or anything, and we're going to push through this, and I'm just going to help this to wind out. I'm going to pull it out towards me to get this axle out. Now keep an eye on the spacer and how everything is situated too. Let's get this thing situated. Okay, we got that out. You just gotta pick the tire up a little bit. Remember how your spacers go? This one is the right side, and I just put it right there, right on the bottom. And then this one here is the left side if I'm facing the bike. If I'm sitting on the bike, this is my right side and the other one's the left side. But I'm facing the bike, so this is my left side, and I'm gonna put it right on the same spot so it can memorize where that goes. So we got this off. I'm gonna take my time and just move this out. Perfect. Now I know it's dark and you're not able to see. Let me get a little light. I know it's dark, but I'm getting under here now to get these bolts off the rear. I need to use a little bit of force. I'm gonna have to put the bike, I should have done this with the bike lowered first, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the bike in gear for each one. That will give me some leverage, some lock points. There we go. Now I can work against it. There we go. I'm just gonna do this for all of them. Oh yeah, nice. Got spider webs back here, all of that stuff. The hell is this? Is that an insect? Is that an egg? I don't know what that is. Well, you're gonna be out of here because you're not needed, pal. All right. Here we go. All right, there we go. We got this whole entire bike taken apart. So far, so good. I'm pretty sure there's going to be other parts that I'm going to decide to do something to, but we got almost everything taken off the way we want to take it off. I'm going to leave the engine guards the way they are. I'm not going to bother those at all. I'm keeping those just like that. The rim, I'm taking the rims tomorrow to get the tires removed, and then of course to get the what do you call it, the bearings taken off. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's what you see right there. A lot of work to take it apart, but a whole lot of fun. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget, let me know if you find these videos helpful at all as you watch me breaking this bike down. You know, the ideas that you put to your motorcycle is really all up to you. You make it the way you want to make it. Creativity comes from just your mind. And, you know, for me, customization, if I'm taking something and I'm just buying a plug and play thing, it's not customizing to me. It's when you can combine all those parts together along with your vision on what you like. You see? All right, now I'm going. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Peace.